Penny with Sage Butterfly Designs. It has been about 2 weeks since I've did a video. Yeah. I guess I'm a little out of practice now. Actually, I usually do it about every 2 weeks. I usually do it on Tuesday. I know I'm a day late. It's Wednesday, March 29th. I had an elopement yesterday, so it did not work out for me doing a video at all. Weather's been crazy here. I don't know about everybody else. We have a cold day, a rainy day, a windy day, then a very nice day. Then it goes crazy again. And yeah, the weather's just been every which way. Luckily, I've been able to do weddings around it, and it hasn't caused me too many problems. Bo is up on the bed. He's saying, hey. At least I can kind of keep track of him there. So that works, is what it is. My husband actually went into work today. He usually works from home, but he went into the office today. There's some big wigs in town or something. I don't know. But at any rate, the house is quiet. Interruptions are at a minimum. So hopefully I can get through the video. But with it being the end of month and me doing kind of an end of month review and stuff, it might end up getting a little bit wordy. I don't know. We'll just play and see where it takes us. So, yeah. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, otherwise known as my gray hair. Yes, I want to go gray, and it is so hard. Last video, I was like a lot more red. I did take it to blonde, and I was trying to get gray over it, and it hasn't quite gotten there yet. There's like a lot of gray, but then there's still some blonde happening. But it's a better transition than it was. And who knows where he just took off to. He's been getting himself in trouble today. I even took him for a walk and he's still getting himself in trouble today. But any suggestions on how to get rid of it? I've done all the toning and all of that. Last night I put on a hair mask to rehydrate my hair. So I'm giving it a week off, and then I've got weddings this weekend. We'll see. Next week I might decide to put an extra gray toner on there or something to try to pull that last bit of blonde out. Any suggestions? Comment, please. I need help. Yeah. I'm trying to go gray so I don't have to dye my hair and mess with it anymore. I'm so tired of it. I deserve my 51 years of gray, so I'm going to take it. Well, I'm going to show you pictures of Bo so you'll quit staring at my hair now that I made it an issue of it. And I'm going to insert pictures of Bo in here because last time I got some comments about how much they missed him. So yeah, so here's some pictures of Bo. And let me tell you about what happened with him. So first of all is his size. When we got him from the breeder, we knew he was going to be smaller than our last Aussie. Our last Aussie was large for his size. His name was Merle. He was a red Merle. And he was 55 pounds. And he was tall. And I'll throw in a picture of him in the rotation too. So you'll notice the difference in the dogs. You'll be able to tell which one's Merle and which one's Bo. But we were told that Bo's going to be more normal size for his breed, which is about 40 to 45 pounds. So we're like, okay, yeah, no problem. Well, when I went to the vet to discuss getting him fixed and those dog park issues I was telling you about, the first thing they did was take him in for a weigh-in. And he's 54 pounds, little tubby. Oh my goodness. So, oh my goodness. And when he wants to pull on the leash when I'm walking him, let me tell you, I feel all 54 of them pounds. My goodness. So, I know he's not overweight. You can tell in the picture he's not fat. He's not a fat dog. But I'm shocked that he weighs what Merle did. And Merle was like 8 inches taller and like 3 or 4 inches longer. I mean, he was quite a bit bigger, like size-wise bigger, but they both weigh the same. So I guess we just got a stout little Aussie that wants to pull me around. But we are when I talk to them about fixing him, they don't want to fix him yet because he's not being aggressive. When the other dogs were aggressive, he just kind of veered away. And they said he's a beta style dog, so that's just normal for him. He's not humping, he's not being aggressive. Now, if he had like fought back on those dogs, then it'd be a different conversation. But seeing as he was, more beta, that they want to wait another 2 months before fixing him, just so that his body can fully develop and everything before they start putting him through surgeries and stuff. But they said the other dogs had a problem, not Bo. So I took him to another dog park about a week ago, and we did some training, and then a owner showed up with 2 dogs. One was a female, one was a male, and I told him about the problem that I had in the past, and just told him straight up, Bo's not fixed, this, that, and the other, just communicating openly with the other owner. He's like, sure, yeah, not a problem. So his male dog, started to get aggressive towards Merle. Not really aggressive, more dominate. He was trying to dominate him. But he wasn't being aggressive about it. Well, the other owner immediately put a stop to it and put him on a leash, the other dog on a leash. And Bo and the female dog ran around the park for a few minutes. And then I went ahead and I grabbed Bo and we left because the other dogs were there to have fun and stuff. And I didn't want the other dog to be leashed up the whole time. So, yeah. I will insert some videos of the dog park, some of the training, and stuff like that in the end. And that way, if you're interested, you can, check them out. If not, end the video. So, yeah. So, a bit of stitchy news. I'm part of a friendship project with Karen the Needlebug. When she was having sight issues, they started up one of her projects, the Long Dog Sampler Pandemic. She has it on a red linen. I don't know all the dimensions. I know it's at least 32 count, if not 36 or something. I don't know. I know it's a very high count. And it's 1/1. And it's being circulated around. Different people get it and stitch on it for a while and then pass it on to the next person. And so it's just kind of going around. Well, I got an email last week saying it was my turn. So I'll be getting that in the mail. And of course, I'll show everybody on the video and everything. But yeah, so I'm excited and that my turn has come up and I'll be getting that shipped out to me soon. And yeah, so that's exciting. There'll be something different to stitch on. So my stitching, hold on just a second. Let me reach down and grab my thing because I wasn't prepared as usual. All right, I've got a couple finishes. I know that I had shown you previously one Biscornu for Artie's thing. I'm not sure how my lighting is doing here. I put up an extra light, hoping that would be better. But there is one Biscornu, and that's, I guess, the top, the bottom, whatever. I don't know if there's really a difference, but, and then here is the other one. So I got both of the Biscornus done on 18 count aida by Fabric Flair. And, what was the fabric called? Let me check my notes here. Give me just a second. Spring Notes. That's what it's called. And it got like really dark behind me all of a sudden. In the video at least. Okay, now it's like really yellow behind me. So the sun is like coming and going behind clouds. And I guess that's what's screwing with my lighting. So I apologize for that. Hopefully, as long as the stitching projects show up okay on it, I don't care how I look or how my background looks. So now it looks like really yellow because I turned on the overhead light. All right, let me put this down somewhere. My second finish is Shepherd's Bush Bulb. And I lied because it's not a complete finish. I just noticed. I love it. Okay, well here's bulb, and it's not finished because I have to put a couple of buttons on it. It didn't come with the buttons, and I just have buttons in with my finishing stuff, and I hadn't pulled them out to do the buttons. So I've got a button to do. Need to run to Hobby Lobby and see if I can find a pretty, I'm sure I can find, like here they've got like a button that looks like a flower, and they've got one down here, and that's what I need. So I counted it as a finish, but I need to get a couple of buttons. But we're going to keep that as a finish and move on, and that'll just be part of the finishing, is that we will be doing the adding the buttons. Always something. Okay, next one up is the Eggcellent Scene. And this was a free pattern by Glendon Place. And I'm stitching it on 14 count aida with the called for DMC and krienek. And here is where I am at. There we go. I think that's better. The emptiness you see right here in the sun and in the rays are all going to be krienek. But I got the whole top half done, and where the tree is, there's like 2 lines beneath that, and that's the end of the egg. So it just about all fits in the frame. But I've just got this bottom section to go, and then my egg will be done. So yeah, moving right along. I worked on Christmas Eve by Cottage Garden. I love the Santa so much. Look at him. He's awesome. I love the fact that he's just not the old typical Santa. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think I tell you that every time I show it to you too. Just in case you forgot each time. I love it, yeah. And this is where I got to. I finished up the red of his jacket. I got a little bit of the brown, and my next goal is to get the white edging, fur edging done. Actually, I guess it's this way that the edging is. Yeah. Okay, so this is on 32 count cashel linen, and I started it in January, so it's not too bad. Looking at this, I mean, I got a good portion right here done. So, and my goal in April is this fur lining. I don't know if I'll get all of it done, but my goal is to get all of it done. We'll see what actually happens though. All right, next up is Bunny Garden by Stitching with the Housewives. And she's actually added the hoop because I had to move her anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just leave her out and let you guys see it not in the hoop before I move it. So here is where she is at. I think last time you saw her, I had the cabbage and part of these flowers done. So I finished up on around here. So this is identical on this side. And then the cabbage, I'm going to be putting the garden sign in. Why don't I just show it to you right here so that you can see it instead of me trying to explain it to you. Wouldn't that be better? If I can hold them up and not like totally get retarded on you. 2 hands would work. There we go. So you can kind of see the pattern and such. So I'm a little over halfway done. Goal is to finish it in April. We'll see. All right. The Blue Flower Summer Acorns. I look at this pattern. I like the pattern. I like the fabric I'm using. I don't know what my hang up is, but I'm having issues stitching it. I've taken it off of my weekly stitching because I wasn't stitching it every week anyway. I'd find something else to stitch. So I've taken it off my weekly stitching, and I'm just going to go, I'll do a monthly stitch on it and hopefully get my mojo back for it. But there's so many other things that I enjoy stitching that I'm like, So, but here's where I'm at. So we've got thread that's hanging there. So we got the center done. I got the vine from here done. And I started that flower. My little squirrely is done. There's an acorn there. So it's coming together. I don't know what the hang up is. I honestly don't. But it's like, oh, I got to stitch on this. And I don't want to feel like I have to stitch on anything. So, I mean, I like it, so I don't know what my issue is, but I fear for the time being, I was stitching on it every Friday, or trying to make myself stitch on it every Friday. And if I'm just not feeling it, I'm not going to. So now I just have it for April, I have it as just pick it up whenever you want to stitch on it. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, next up is Teresa Kogut's Freedom. And I'm not doing the freedom at the bottom, and I'm not doing the bird on the top, so I'm just doing the rest of it there. And here is where I am at. This is on 14 count Aida. And right there's the end of a page. That's why it's cut so severely. So I have that flower to do, and I think there's one of these little berries right here. Let me look. Okay, so which side is which? We're on this side. So we've got these, and we've got the flower and the two berries there. And then obviously the leaves coming up. So almost on with that page. Then this here's on another page. So we are almost done with this third page, because this was page 1, page 2. This is like page 3, and then page 4, I guess. However they're numbered. That's how I numbered them in my mind at any rate. So here is, so I've got just a flower, and it's going to be like this one, where it's got this, I think there's like 2 or 3 shades of blue, several shades, and 2 or 3 shades of gold going through there. But it's coming along great. I've been working on it a little bit more than once a month, so that's helped get it closer to being done. A little pothole here's not staying as well as I want it to. Next up is Nora Corbett's Floral Dream. You've been seeing her for quite a while, since I started her back in August of last year. Been working on this blanket forever. My goal is to get up underneath the feet complete, and I did. So I met my goal of where I wanted to finish. April, I'm hoping to finish the blanket, which comes out to about there. I don't know that I'll get it done, but that's the goal, is to finish up the blanket. So beautiful pattern, love it. Next is my Teresa Made Me Do It Fancy Lady Stitching of Mirabilia, and it's called Lavender Mist. And the piece of the chart that I'm working on is the hand here. It's where you'll see like this cut off right here, and it goes from here. So this is the quarter that I'm working on. And here's where we're at. So there's the flowers, there's parts of her dress, and this is the end. So it's like right there, which I don't think there's anything up here. So just all dress down here. And more dress, and more dress, and more dress. There's a lot of dress. Dress, and then some dress. And then when you think there's some more dress, there's more dress. And I'm making that for my, I've moved this up to, I was stitching this on Sunday, and now I've moved it to where it's my Wednesday morning and Sunday for April, because I want to get more done on this. I want to be able to complete this quarter page, so that I can have this done in time for my best friend's birthday, which is the beginning of December. So I've got time on it, but I don't want it to get away from me either. So I'm starting in April. I'm going to do it twice a week. Hopefully that'll help me get to a better place with it. Okay, next up is Spring by Stitching with the Housewives. And this was the kit that I received. And I'm getting so close to a finish. So close. And here it is. So I've got the house, some flowers, and some flowers. So like this is over here. So getting so close. So close. This is hopefully going to be an April finish. So, and this is on 28 count pine board. Right, let me see here. On some of these things, I forgot to tell you what it was. But you know that the everything is in the description below. So if you're like, she didn't tell me what fabric she was using, it's in the description. Sometimes I forget. But this one is 28 count thin pine board Lugana. So that's that. All right, and my last whip. See, I got a lot done in 2 weeks, didn't I? My last whip is another freebie pattern, which is Owl Forest by Owl Forest Embroidery. And it is, sorry, I have a sticky note on it. I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. And it is called Starlings. I call it Birdhouse, but whatever. But it is this pattern. And the fabric, it did have a DMC thing, but I guess Owl Forest Embroidery has their own threads, and it was written in Russian, so I have no idea. But I've been having fun picking out of my silks. So let me show you where I'm at with this. Move that over. There we go. So here is where I am at with it. And I've just got this on 14 count oatmeal. And I think it is turning out beautiful. I am loving this so much. And when I get to a certain part, I've just been grabbing my silks that I have in these Flossology things. And I did that to protect the silk threads, and then you can still do your pull out of one thread. And these are my silks for Tink, my chatelaine tinctorium. These are the threads that are required for that, so this is just usually in that bag. And I just look at these and decide, I need a shade of green, and I grab a green. Or, oh, I'm gonna do, I've been using this pink, and then for one of them I think I use this pink. So it's like I've just been grabbing different pinks or different purples. I think I used this blue purple is periwinkle, is the blue the purple that you see on there. That's periwinkle. So I've just been grabbing random colors and using them whenever. So that has been a lot of fun. But this is so close to being done. I'm so excited. So yeah. All I've got left are some flowers right through here. And that's it. Yeah. So this is so close to being done. I've got several, as you see, that are so close to being done that it's very exciting. So that's my whips. I have one start, and that is the Sweetheart Tree. Itty bitty April showers brings May flowers. Stitching here. And here is where I have gotten to. And this is on 28 count dense fog fabric, linen. And all I have left to do on this is beading. I've got, I can't hold up both of these at the same time. The beads all along here. Of course, they came with these large beads, the flowers right here. Oops, sorry. Right here, you can barely see them. It's those crystal daisy ones. The crystal daisies that came with. But it didn't come with the pink ones or the white ones. So I've got a bead. And then here, I didn't notice this until later. I just gravitated towards the pink, and I guess it was supposed to be the yellow flowers that were supposed to be the eyelets up here, and I did them in pink, but I like them in pink, so I'm not upset about that. I might use, instead of using the pink here, since I already have pink there, I might throw in more yellow or gold or something. I don't know. All I got left is beading. It'll get done. So next time, my start will be a finish, because I'm so close to being finished. April's going to be the finishing month, people, because wow. Okay. I also kitted up a couple items. First thing I kitted was this summertime. I call it Bloom. I don't know where I get Bloom from, because it's called Summertime. And this was all Weeks Dye Works, and I love the way the variegation was, so I made sure I got the Weeks Dye Works threads. So I'm using the called for Weeks Dye Works, and I am putting it on this fabric here, which is an 18 count Spring Notes fabric flare. It was just part of I had 4 designs on this, I think, is how it worked out. But yeah, so I thought that would be pretty. I already zipped it back up. Sorry for the zippering noises, peeps. But yeah, I thought that was pretty. Let me show you. I was going to show you a floss toss, and it looks like I'm missing a floss. Oh, I love myself sometimes. Gotta amuse myself. So here is the flosses, but as I'm noticing, as I'm looking at the pattern, I'm going, there's orange here, and I don't have any orange. I see the blue. I see 2 different shades of green. I see the yellow that's up in here. I don't see the orange. Guess I'm missing a color. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, that's why. I'm missing Daylily, and I marked on here that it's in another pattern. So that's what it is. So when I'm ready to start this, I'll grab that color out of the other pattern, which is Beach, which I showed you guys last week. So that's where Daylily is. So when I'm ready to start it, whichever one gets started first or whatever, I'll be transferring that color between the 2, or grabbing a couple strands and putting it in here, whatever I need to do. But yeah, so I kitted that one. That was a long story for that. I noticed I was missing it. I was like, wait a minute, this is wrong. Okay, the last one that I kitted up is exciting. It is, I showed it to you last week. It is the Freebie by Silver Creek Samplers. Kimberly, that one stitcher, I think it's 171. I always mess up the number, I think. But at any rate, I'll have her linked below. But we are doing a stitch along. Yay! And it is, we are doing that. It's starting on 4/7 because I thought that was funny being like a dyslexic type of thing. 7/4 and 4/7, and I'm probably dragging that out in a weird way, so we'll just stop. I don't want anyone to take offense in what I was saying. Any rate, I am going to be stitching that on, I think this is 18 count. Yeah, 18 count patriotic material. I showed it to you last video. It was 4 different patriotic fabrics. This one here's got the words on it. So I thought that was neat. And I have chosen to use the Weeks Dye Works. The pattern calls for. It also has a DMC conversion, but I'm using the Weeks Dye Works. And that is the floss toss of that. So that is the plan. So we will be starting that stitch along on 4/7. She'll be better about Instagram than I am. But by all means, come join us for that. So that, I'm excited about that. So that one is all kitted up, ready to go on 4/7. And we'll start that stitch along. So that'll be fun. Haul. Are we ready for some haul? I don't have much. I've been pretty good about the no spend. I've spent a little bit, but I haven't spent much. I finally got my, I think this was January's. Yeah, this is January's fabric of the month from that Stitchy box. And it is 14 count and it's called Aida. It's pretty. I like it, even if it took forever to get to me. But isn't that pretty? It's very green. It's showing up on the computer as blue, but it is definitely, oh, there we go. That's better. That's how it looks. And then the lights just changed. So I hope you looked quick because, yeah. I don't know what it is about these lightings, but it's pretty green. I like it. Even if it took it forever to get to me. So, let's see how that goes. And I also placed an order with Chantel 141 Etsy. And this is a horizontal frame. There's a little. And I got some corner things, a round holder frame thing, and a shaker basket. So I told you I'm going to be finishing some stuff. Now I can FFO some stuff. So I got finishing stuff. I got stuff to finish. I've actually got some finishes I need to FFO. I was going through my storage and I'm like, yeah. So now I've got stuff on which to do it. No more excuses. Design. My design business. The Target bag you see behind me is full of kitted up patterns for Artie's retreat for her swag bag. So I had to do 36. Pattern out the pattern, put it in the bag. I had fabric cut, put it in the bag. Thread, put it in the bag. It's a variegated thread, so it wasn't too bad. It was just one skein of thread, even though I won't use one skein, but it's, yeah. So that was fun. So I need to get that plus my Biscornu out to Artie. My goal is to get that out the first week in April, so I'm doing good with that. It's right there. I'm gonna go through my finished items and decide if I need to send any of those besides the Biscornu to her or if I'm going to tackle them on my own. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you informed on that. Let's see what else. I'll be posting April's free design probably the end of the week, probably Friday. But it's going to be the spring rabbit. I'll insert a photo here, as well as Kimberly, that one stitcher, she stitched it for me. She test stitched it. So I'll put those pictures in here as well. So those are going to be available on the Facebook group or on my website as of Friday. And links to that is down below. And I started this week, it just hit me, and I just like started working on it in the evenings while I'm sitting there watching TV. And my husband, sometimes he puts on shows that I'm like, they don't take a lot of concentration. He's into reality shows, so, and sometimes he gets bogged down into some like Moonshiners, or what's the other? Gold Diggers. No, Gold Diggers? Gold Rush. That's what it is. You see how much attention I really pay it. The storylines are okay, but it's not like, you don't have to pay too much attention. We lost Deadliest Catch a year or two ago, a couple of years ago. It was like, they go out on the water, they drop pots, they pull them up. There might be crab, there might not. And we're watching this lie. I like a story. I'm sorry. The reality stuff I can only take so much of. Sometimes, as long as there's like a story related to it, I can kind of, but yeah. At any rate, I started working on a design. I'm going to insert it right here. USA. It just kind of like said, hit me. And I was like, oh yeah. And I just started playing with it. And so this week I've pretty much designed this. And I think I started like on Saturday or Sunday. So, but yes, I'm excited about this. So I'll get it finished up and make it available soon. So yeah. So I'm really excited about that. All right. So end of month review. How did I do? Actually, not too bad. So what were my March plans? I looked back on on Flosstube number 19 to verify this is what I said I was going to do. Because sometimes I start off like right now, I've already given you some April things, and then suddenly I'll start being like, hey, I decided to do something different. So what did I say I was going to do? Flosstube 19. And that was March plans of no spend. Oh, we know that I didn't actually do so great with that. Well, I didn't do so bad. I bought a couple fabrics from Grace Notes, and I also, my Patoki stand, I was told was done, or they were getting ready to make it or whatever. They invoiced me. And so I paid for those things, but I don't have them. So does that mean it counts? Yeah, I paid for them, so that counts. But I have those en route to me or whatever. I haven't gotten shipping notices for either one of them, but okay. And I did buy those finishing items from Chantel 141. So all in all, that's not too bad. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. I planned on finishing the month of the year, March, which I did. I showed that to you in last video. And I planned on finishing spring. I didn't get spring finished. But I didn't know about bulbs, and I did get that finished. So that's more than I thought. Or still 2 finishes, I guess. Or I don't know. At any rate, I'm not upset about not finishing spring. That's fine. For whips, I wanted to do all but my Heaven and Earth design. And of course, that one is in timeout for a little while. And I did touch on Tinctorium the beginning of the month. So I did complete, let me double check that. No, Tinctorium did not come out. I decided with all the smalls that Tinctorium is on hold until the summer. So it did not come out beginning of the month. I thought it might have, but I guess it didn't. See, that's why I have notes, because otherwise I wouldn't remember. All right, so I planned on starting the Glendon Place egg, which I did. Month of the year, April. I didn't, but I decided to go with the spring showers instead. The April showers, the sweetheart tree one. So I did start that one and mostly finish it. I wanted to start birdhouse, which I did. Starlings, which I got that. Biscornu, which I did and finished. My organization, I wanted to get my fancy flosses done. And I have all of them minus my silks. I've got some silks that I haven't done. I'm just not sure what I want to do with them. So right now they're in the box right there. Not that one, but that one. Right now that's where they're at. I don't need them for anything. So yeah, they're just in there. I think they're, I bought them for different chatelaines, and I haven't kitted those chatelaines up yet. So I'm like, well, I don't want to like take them out and floss drop them or anything and then them get ruined or anything. I'm like, I'm just going to leave them the way they are. So all of them are hanging up in the closet, which you can't see because it's right there. All of them are hanging up on hangers in the closet minus my silks, and I'm good with that. So I consider my organization of all my threads complete. So that's good. All right, let's see here. So April's plans. I was watching Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher, and she mentioned a plan that she got from somebody else that she's going to try for April. We're always trying different things, trying to get all of our whips and everything stitched, aren't we? But she found a plan called 5 in 5. And what you do is you pick 5 projects to work on, and you work on them for 5 days straight. And then you put that one away and you pull out another one. And then the last 5 to 6 days of the month is when you stitch on whatever you want, whatever styles you're involved in, or whatever, I might try something like this in May, but I'm not sure about 5 days. Maybe do something like 8 projects in 3 or something, to where basically I'm doing 3 days of concentrating on one thing. I know my weekly projects get a lot of attention, but that's also because, or daily, weekly, whatever. Like I'll assign different things. Like I'll be like, on Monday, I'm going to work on spring. On Tuesday, I'm going to work on the birdhouse. On Wednesday, I'll work on, and so it's like those ones get several touches during the month. Other ones don't. So if I were to take something for those 3 days, I can see what it would get a lot more progress than stretching it out, maybe. I don't know. But that's something to look at for later on. May. I'll think on it for a month. See? See how it goes with her. See what kind of progress she may be like, yeah, that's actually working. But always trying different things to get everything done and stitch all the things. So my FFO plans. Let's start there. My FFO plans. I want to get 3 of my finishes fully finished. I've got these. I've got other things in the closet. I don't have a sewing machine, so doing a pillow means stitching it by hand, and that's like, ugh, I don't know if I want to do that. But then again, I think I could do that out in the living room. My living room does not have good light, and that's just where we watch TV. That's why I usually throw the laptop on my lap and work on design. But maybe I could just hand stitch a pillow. I don't know. So, but at any rate, despite the pillow episodes, I've got plenty of other things I can do to my finishes. So I want to finish 3 things. FFO, 3. So that's one of my April goals. Stacy from Bluebird Threads and Cards, I think it's called. I'll have her link below. She had some FFOs that she showed on her last video, and it was so encouraging. She had a bunch of pillows because she has a sewing machine, but it was so, I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Of course, I want to finish my stuff, and I mean, fully finish them so they can be out and about so that I can enjoy them too, you know. So, finishes. I've also got to get some things finished. And some of them I showed you already. I'm like, this one's so close. It's going to be April. And that was spring. That's the Sweetheart Tree April Showers. All I got to do is bead that one. Bunny Garden. I'm going to try to finish it, but that one's a little bit more questionable. I'd like to finish Autumn Flower. Why didn't I have Autumn Flower on with my whips? Hold on. I try to keep notes on everything I've stitched, and sometimes 2 weeks is too long because I stitch things and then forget that I stitched on them, and yeah. So let me show you Autumn Flower because I stitched on it. Here it is. Last time you saw it, I just had the border. So I got these flowers and this much of the flower pot and flowers done. And this is, let me show you the pattern. And this is the pattern. Flowers for fall. I call it Autumn Flower, but it's Flowers for Fall, and it's the little Stitch Girl. So I want to get this finished. As you see, it's not that big and there's not that much left. So hopefully I can finish Autumn Flower, and then I can start up on a different autumn one. I might go more Halloween or something, I don't know. But at any rate, I didn't realize that I had forgotten that one. Always something. Yeah. Okay. So where was I? Okay, I want to finish Autumn Flower. Eggcellent. The egg. So I want to finish that one. I had on here I wanted to finish bulbs, and I got that one done. So yay. That was one of my Aprils to finish, and I got it done. And then that Starlings or Birdhouse, I want to get that one complete. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll see if I can finish 6 in April or not. But most of them are smalls. I said the only one that's kind of questionable on that one is Bunny Garden. That one might not make it, but we'll try. As far as where I am on my whips, Freedom, the Teresa Koget, I want to complete that page 3 and get started on page 4. Santa's Sleigh. I want to get the railings and ribbons on the page that I'm working on complete. It's like in 2 sections. So the page that I'm working on, which is the back half of the sleigh, I want to get the ribbons and railings complete on it. On Lavender Mist, I want to complete the quarter of the page that I'm working on. Floral Dream, I want to complete the blanket. The Christmas Eve Santa one, I told you I want to do the white fur part of the jacket, or I know silver and white, so all of the fur, whatever. Summer Acorns, I'd like to finish that quarter. I'm going small on that one. And my Summer Fairy, my Chatelaine, I want to get half of the part 2 to complete. Those are my whip goals for all of my whips that I've got going on. I'm planning on starting in April because, you know, all of that wasn't enough, trying to finish 5 or 6 items plus certain spots on each one of my whips because I'm a progress stitcher, I've discovered. So I need to mark my progress. So that's what I was doing. So I also have some starts planned. I already told you about Freebie. That's my stitch along. That one I'll be starting on 4/7. That's like boom happening. The other ones are like, well, I would like to start them, and if I do, great. If I don't, oh well, it'll happen, you know. But I would like to start up my design for summer ribbon so that I can have it complete and switch it out when the spring is over and I want to put the summer one out. It'll be done. So that's something I would like to start. The Summertime Bloom that I just showed you that was kitted up, I'd like to have it done because I want to put it on that metal flower thing I showed you that has, right now it's got the trio of the spring trio on it, and I want that summertime bloom is what's going there. So it already has a spot already ready to go. I just need to stitch it. So that summertime bloom one that I have kitted up that I showed you, I would like to start on that. And I'd like to start beach cricket collection that I showed you last video. So those are the ones I'd like to start. A couple of those I definitely will start. And we'll see how my progress goes for the month. I know it's a bit aggressive, but we'll see. It's always good to have plans. Doesn't mean they'll all happen, but at least we can try. To make it even more fun, because I'm all about that. And I left my drawer open over there when I went and got the thing. So now you're seeing into my cabinet. Sorry. It's where I keep all my whips and kitted items. And yeah. Any rate. Don't you love the things you see when you're like doing the video and you're like, ooh, in my background, I have that. I got bow down here. Okay, so next month is my birthday, April 28th. So at the end of April is my birthday. And things are falling on my desk. Put that down there. I want to do a birthday start. Yeah. I can't decide between two patterns. So I'm going to ask y'all to help me decide. One is the Blue Flower Autumn Bee. And this was a kitted that I received from the Silver Needles Stitching with the Friends. And they showed it on both the purple and the green. And they sent me a green linen that I didn't like. It was like really rough and stiff, and I didn't like it. But it came with all of the dinky dyes. It's all silk threads. I went and I separated them because of course they were all bundled up. So I did separate them and put them in a thing. And then I decided that I like this Magical Clouds. And it's in a nice pale green. And then here are the colors. And got the pattern backwards now. Here's the pattern again. Autumn Bee. So I don't know if I want to do this one for my birthday start. Give me just a second to put it back together. Or last week I showed you, or last video, I believe it was last video, I showed you that I got from Market the Tapestry of Stitches by Jeanette Douglas. And I bought the floss pack with it, which came with silks. And either way, my birthday is going to be filled with silks, right? And here's a 32 count, just taupe color that I'm going to use. And there's all the silks that came with it. Let me see here, what does it say for the name? If I could read, it would help. Lamb Wool Jobelin is what it is, 32 count. So, I don't know if I should do the Tapestry of Stitches or Autumn Bee for my birthday. So, I have a giveaway. I promised y'all a giveaway this week. So, I got some giveaways. And in the description, in the comments, I want you to tell me which one I should start, autumn bee or tapestry stitches. Which one you think I should start with for my birthday. And the number of the item that you want for the giveaway. And I've got 3 giveaways. We're just going to use a numeric number. So 1, 2, or 3. Make it simple. The first one is called Flower Models. It's a book by Leslie Tier. And there are 20 patterns in there. And here are some of them. And this is number 1. And I'm shipping anywhere. I'm only going to do this like once or twice a month, and I can do that. So anywhere, so everybody can join in. The second one, I don't know who the book is by. Looks like it says D&C or something like that. I don't know. At any rate, a book with 8 designs in it. Dragons and unicorns. And you see that one design. Here's some other designs as well. So dragons and unicorns. And that is number 2. And number 3 is a kit from Design Works. And it is called, what is it, Water Garden? I think it's called Watercolor Garden. So that's pretty and springy plus summery. So, and it comes with your, as you see, it's never been opened. And it comes with the needle, the fabric, all the thread that's already sectioned off, which is nice. Watercolor Garden. Number 3. So leave a comment. Tell me what you think my birthday stitch should be. And whether it should be autumn bee or tapestry stitches. And if you want the Leslie Tier book, that's 1. 2 is dragons and unicorns. And 3 is the water garden kit. You know the rules, 18 or older. Yeah. Like, subscribe, all those fun things. Other than that, I think my next video, I want to say April 10th or something like that. I might come back before then. I'll be going out of town next week, so maybe not. But at any rate, something like that. We'll just say April 10th and go with that. And that way I can plan it. And hopefully I won't forget my wicks again. All right, I'm going to insert some photos of Bo. If you're interested, you can watch them. If not, take off. So, you want me to see if I can call him over here real quick? You want to come over here and say hey? No? You want to come over here and say hey? No, you don't want to come over and say hey. All right, so you'll just have to watch the videos. One of them is him actually coming up here the other day, and he was just all in my business. And I was like, oh, sure. When I'm not recording a video, that's when you want to come up. I snuck on the record for a few moments while he was doing that. He's trying to climb into my lap, his big self. But everybody have a great time. Have a good stitchy weekend. Have a happy Easter, since I'll be coming to you after Easter. Have a happy Easter. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Come over. Over. Oh yeah. I didn't have the video right on you though. Let's try it again. Ready? Over. There you go. You go up. Good boy. Sit. Up. Get back up there. Nope. Up. Not on me. Up. Good boy. Sit. Oh, there you go. There you go. Dash. Let's see. Can you go under? Under? Oh, good boy. I got over. Let's do over. Ah, choke on a treat. Okay. Over. Oh, yeah. And back down. Oh, or you can leap down, sure. You trying to climb up on my lap? And you're too big? But you're too big. You don't fit. Yeah, you're too big. Yeah. Quit looking. Quit looking. And Mama's trying to do a video. You don't want to be up here. Now that I'm trying to work and edit photos, you're all up in here. All up on Mom's lap, trying to climb up on your butt. Don't make it up here. You're too big. You're a big boy now. You're too big. You can't climb up on Mama's lap.